Every house has a corner where light never quite reaches, a place where old worries seem to gather like dust on untouched shelves. And sometimes it's not what's missing in the home, but where something has been quietly misplaced. The three-legged toad. So small it could sit in your palm. So powerful it could shift the energy of an entire household. But here's the truth no one tells you. If you place this sacred creature in the wrong spot, even the brightest home can slowly lose its glow. Money may come in but never stay. Family warmth might turn cold. And despite your effort, things just never flow. This is not folklore. This is not superstition. This is what happens when energy is blocked, when a symbol meant to anchor abundance ends up buried beneath chaos. Many women before you have made the same quiet mistake. They bought the toad, believing it would change their fortune, only to place it under a shelf next to the shoes, or worse, facing the door. They didn't feel the shift. They assumed it didn't work, but it wasn't the toad. It was the placement, the intention, the forgotten energy. So let me ask you, where is your three-legged toad right now? And more importantly, how much peace and prosperity has been quietly slipping through the cracks without you even noticing? Today, we'll walk gently back into those overlooked spaces, not to blame, but to rearrange, to breathe life into a symbol that's been waiting for you, not to believe, but to remember. Because when placed right, this toad doesn't just call wealth in, it calls your spirit back home. Number 1, it's not a decoration, it's a doorway for energy. It's not a decoration, it's a doorway for energy. When you place the three-legged toad on your shelf or desk, you're not merely adding an ornament, you're opening a portal for abundance, harmony, and unseen flow. Too often, we treat spiritual symbols as objects rather than opportunities. A beautiful vase holds flowers, yes, but a toad, it holds potential. Imagine every coin that finds its way into your home is like a raindrop. You can let it trickle through cracks until the floor is soaked, or you can give it a vessel to collect and nourish. The toad is that vessel. It is not meant to sit somewhere tidy and forgotten. It is meant to be a bridge between the energy within us and the energy that seeks us. If a toad is placed on a low shelf under shadows, it's like leaving the front door ajar and expecting the heart of your home to remain warm and still. Energy drifts away, like sound through an open window, unnoticed until the room feels empty. But when placed correctly, the toad stands like a sentinel at the threshold of your world, quiet, anchored, vigilant, ready to greet any blessing that comes. Consider this: energy is not a concept, it's a presence. It's the sense you feel when you walk into a room and everything sighs with relief or stiffens with tension. The toad tunes into that presence. And when it's placed with intention, not just stuck on a shelf, it aligns the invisible currents in your home. It's not about believing, it's about noticing. Notice how the air settles differently when things are in their right places. Notice how decisions flow more easily when momentum isn't blocked. The toad is a shape of space, not furniture, not art, but a living shape in your environment. Think of Kai as water. If water flows freely, it nourishes. If water is stagnant, it breeds disquiet. The toad acts like a garden of stones that slow a stream so it doesn't just rush past. You see each droplet sparkle. Without those stones, the water might flow too fast, eroding, passing, forgetting where it came from. Similarly, the toad holds the gentle cohesion of energy. It doesn't stop it, but it guides it, gives it purpose, invites it to linger and deepen you. When you place it, you are choosing where flow should happen. Not everywhere, not nowhere, but room by room, intention by intention. This is not theorizing. It's practical. I invite you to feel the weight of the toad in your hand. It's more than metal or stone, it carries resonance. Hold it and breathe. Feel your own pulse slow. That is the same feeling you want for your home. A harmonious heartbeat, not a scattered one. Light isn't just for seeing, it's for breathing life. Place the toad in a spot softened by gentle light, morning sun, lamp glow, or filtered midday rays, and see how it catches that light. It reflects not only color, but invitation. Everything in your home begins to lean toward receiving rather than just holding. So how do you treat this doorway with care? First, clear the space around it. Remove clutter so its presence is felt without distraction. Then center it. This is not about symmetry, but about invitation. The toad should be facing inward, not peering out or hidden away. Facing inward means welcoming energy into the heart of the home. Rooms have stories. Bookcases tell of knowledge, living rooms tell of connection, altars tell of reverence. The toad adds one more chapter, one that speaks of flow and ease. It will not whisper for attention. It simply creates the grounds for blessings to arrive. And when you don't treat it like a statue, but as the anchor it is, you begin to notice the small shifts. Worries no longer weigh the same. Finance conversations lose their edge. Even hope feels less forced and more like the water that returns to a well. In every aligned placement, you are affirming that energy matters and that you matter enough to direct it consciously. This is why I say this is not decoration, it is a doorway. And doorways are not barriers, they are invitations. When you treat it as such, the toad transforms from silent ornament to active companion. By placing the toad in its rightful place, in a clean, intentional corner with enough light, with mindful orientation, with simple reverence, you let it do what it was always meant to do. Hold the space of possibility, channel flow where it matters, and remind your spirit that abundance isn't somewhere out there. It begins right where you stand. That is the power you summon each time you shift its form by even half an inch. Because doors open from the inside. Number 2, how to choose a toad that listens to you. Not every toad listens. That's the part they never write on the packaging. You could walk into a store, pick the most expensive three-legged toad, place it on a shining shelf, and still wonder why nothing changes. Why money feels tight. Why peace doesn't return. It's not about the price. It's about resonance. Choosing a toad that listens to you is not about finding the most beautiful. It's about finding the one that answers your energy without needing words. Think of it like choosing a teacup. You don't pick the flashiest one, you pick the one that fits your hand, that feels familiar. The same is true for a toad. It must feel like it already knows your home's silence. Start with the eyes. A truly awakened toad will carry a golden mark on its forehead, a soft shimmer like sunlight caught in still water. This isn't just decoration. It's the mark of celestial absorption, what the ancients called heaven's eye. When this spot is present, it means the toad has ripened in energy, that it's no longer just an object but a receiver, a spiritual companion waiting for direction. No mark, then the toad is sleeping. And no matter where you place it, it won't breathe the energy of the house. It will sit, silent, sealed. Next, look at the coin in its mouth. This is not a trinket, it's a key. A proper coin must be round with a square or circular hole in the center. The circle represents heaven. The hole is the gate. Together, they allow energy to pass without disruption. A coin without a hole is like a door without a knob. Nothing enters, nothing leaves. That tiny opening is what channels your intention into movement. When a toad holds that coin gently in its mouth, it's not biting it, it's offering it. As if saying, "Here, I will help you hold what's valuable, but only if you trust me with it." Then check the material. What the toad is made from is as important as what it represents. If your home feels tired, if the air is heavy or near streets where noise never stops, choose red bronze. This alloy is grounding. It draws in scattered energy like a deep inhale and stores it in silence. If your journey is long-term wealth, not just a lucky streak, jade is your companion, especially green or white jade. These stones don't just absorb, they stabilize. They are quiet listeners, perfect for those rebuilding who need their energy held steadily, not shaken. If you've just moved, or if the past year brought loss, sadness, or illness, go for black stone or black quartz. These act like shields. They don't absorb your pain, they protect your space from what's still lingering in the air. They form a soft, invisible wall between your present and everything that tried to follow you home. But whatever you choose, avoid anything that feels too light, too cheap, too painted. Plastic toads may shine under shop lights, but they can't hold energy. They are hollow replicas, beautiful but powerless, like smiling masks over empty eyes. And this part matters more than most. Never choose a second-hand toad unless it has been cleansed properly. Every owner leaves behind an imprint, like footprints on soft soil. If you don't clear it, you are inviting not just the toad, but all the energies it has absorbed from places and people you do not know. Imagine cooking soup in a pot someone left in the attic for years, unwashed. No matter how pure your ingredients, something bitter seeps through. The same is true for spiritual tools. Also, never bring home a cracked, chipped, or broken toad. Even if it's small, even if it's barely visible. A crack is not just a line, it's a leak. It signals to your energy field, this vessel cannot hold. Over time, it becomes more than a symbolic flaw. It starts to reflect in life. Money comes but doesn't stay, warmth arrives but doesn't linger, you give but don't feel received. Choose something whole, because what you place in your home becomes a mirror of what you're asking life to give back. And finally, don't rush. Let your hand hover. Let your breath settle. Sometimes the right toad calls without speaking. Your eye lands on it and you feel a quiet yes. Sometimes it's not the biggest or shiniest. It's the one slightly off-center, as if waiting for someone who sees with feeling. That's your toad. That's the one that listens. You'll know because when you hold it, even for a few seconds, your chest softens. You won't feel excited, you'll feel still. That's the vibration of harmony beginning. That's the moment a silent pact is made. You take care of it and it will hold space for you. Because in the end, this isn't about luck. It's about alignment. It's about listening to what calls you, not loudly but clearly. Choosing the right toad is not a transaction, it's an opening. A recognition. A returning to the part of you that remembers. Wealth begins with who you allow to sit in the quietest corners of your home. Number 3, awakening the toad, a ritual of intention. There is a moment when a toad becomes more than an object. When your hand doesn't just place it, it invites it. When your breath slows, not out of habit, but out of reverence. This is the moment of awakening, not dramatic, not ceremonial in the grand sense, but deeply, quietly powerful. Because in truth, nothing changes in a home until energy is claimed with presence. Awakening the toad is not about superstition. It's about declaration, that you are ready to hold wealth, not chase it, that you are ready to receive peace, not just wish for it. The ritual begins before any incense is lit. It begins when you decide to care. Choose a morning when the sky is soft. Let the house be still. No loud sounds, no distractions, just you, the toad, and a corner of space where your voice can echo back inward. Prepare either green tea or white rice wine. Both are cleansing, ancient, and gentle. Do not pour. Dip a soft cloth, one you reserve only for this, and gently wipe the toad's surface. Not like cleaning. More like waking a sleeping child. Start from the back. Move toward the head. Linger on the eyes. Let your fingers pause on the golden mark, and with every stroke, breathe out what no longer serves. You're not just removing dust, you're removing any past imprint that isn't yours. This toad from this moment on belongs to your space. As you wipe, you may whisper or simply think. Cleanse the spirit, open the vision. Anchor abundance in this home. Say it not with volume, but with truth, because it's not the words that open the toad's energy, it's the clarity behind them. Then light a single stick of incense. Choose something fragrant but soft, lotus, sandalwood, or agarwood. These scents don't fill the room, they lift it. They don't mask, they reveal. Watch the smoke rise. Wait until it flows evenly, no rush, no flickering. This is the sign that the air is ready, that your intention is landing. Then bring the incense near the toad's forehead, not too close, just enough for a thin line of smoke to brush the golden mark. Tap once very lightly, like a seal, like a hand on a shoulder that says, "You may rise now." In your heart, say something clear and true. From this moment forward, you are part of our home. Guide our wealth, protect our peace, and keep the flow open. That's all. No chanting, no elaborate setup. What matters is presence, that you are there fully, that you mean it. Because when a ritual is honest, it does not need to be loud. Afterward, place the toad in the spot you've prepared, somewhere with soft, natural light or a warm yellow lamp. Never under harsh sun, never in the dark, just enough glow for it to feel alive. Light keeps its vibration awake, just as dawn calls flowers to bloom. And from this point on, the toad becomes part of your rhythm. Each morning as you pass it, touch its head gently with one finger. Not as a habit, but as a moment of intention. Think something simple. Today all flows smoothly, or today I receive with grace. You don't need to speak it aloud, just feel it. This touch is like opening a window each day. It lets energy move. And once a week, on a calm evening, dust the toad softly with a clean cloth. No chemicals, no brushes. Just quiet care, around its toes, underneath. A gesture not of maintenance, but of relationship. You are not preserving a statue. You are tending to a vessel. You are saying, "I still see you. I still believe in what you hold." This is not magic, but it is magnetic, because what you care for cares back. What you consistently touch with awareness begins to reflect you. The toad, in time, becomes more than a symbol. It becomes a silent reminder that you are worthy of ease, that your home is ready to hold good things, that your hands do not need to grasp, only to receive. Remember, this ritual doesn't make money appear from nowhere, but it does shift something deeper. It reorients your focus. It awakens you as much as it awakens the toad. And that shift, small, tender, intentional, is how fortune finds its way home, not through force, but through flow. Not through noise, but through knowing. This is the ritual. This is the return. Number 4, mistakes that make fortune slip through the cracks. We don't always see where energy escapes. That's the trouble with flow. It doesn't scream when it's blocked. It simply stops. And in many homes, fortune doesn't leave with a storm. It leaks slowly, almost invisibly, through small, avoidable mistakes. You light incense. You whisper blessings. You bring home the three-legged toad with hope. But if you place it wrong, your intention, no matter how pure, gets tangled in stagnant air. The toad can hold wealth, yes, but only when it's given the position to breathe, to listen, to do its work. Otherwise, it becomes a quiet witness to dreams that keep slipping away. The most common mistake, and the most damaging, is placing the toad facing outward. People do this thinking it's welcoming wealth in, but energetically, facing outward means pushing energy away. It's like placing a welcome sign on the back of your door. No one sees it. And more than that, it sends the signal that whatever fortune comes your way should keep moving. The toad, as a spiritual tool, is not a gatekeeper. It's a gatherer. It does not call opportunity in through confrontation. It draws it in through presence. Always, always, the head of the toad must face inward, toward your living space, toward the heart of the home, toward your work desk, your altar, your room of intention. If it looks toward a door, a window, or an exit, the energy it attracts will vanish just as quickly. Second, avoid placing the toad too low. Many tuck it beneath tables or shelves, thinking it's safer there. But what's protected isn't always what's empowered. Low placement is not neutral, it compresses energy. In Feng Shui, the flow of wealth moves like breath. If you bury your lungs under your feet, how would you breathe? The same logic applies. The toad needs to be placed around waist to chest level of a standing adult. This is the height where energy naturally cycles in the human field. Think of it like planting a tree. If the roots are too deep in the shadow, they cannot feel the sun. Don't place your prosperity in a cave. Another mistake that quietly unravels good energy is placing the toad in impure or chaotic zones. You might think the toad is strong enough to clear bad energy, but it's not a vacuum. It's a conductor. If you put it in a place that constantly drains or scatters energy, the toad will not cleanse that space. It will be swallowed by it. Avoid bathrooms. These are places of release. The toad's water energy clashes with the constant flow of waste. It's like putting your wallet in a sink. Eventually, what's valuable gets flushed. Avoid the kitchen too. Fire dominates there. Fire consumes water, creating tension. This leads to unstable finances, money that comes and goes, a feeling of never being able to hold on. Bedrooms are not ideal either. These are spaces of deep rest. The toad holds active energy, like a light constantly buzzing in a room meant for darkness. It may not disrupt your sleep, but it does confuse your home's rhythm. The toad needs movement, but not chaos. Direction, but not pressure. Then there's the error of using too many. Some people fill their homes with toads, 3 in the hallway, 2 on the altar, 1 by the window. They think more toads mean more luck. But Feng Shui is not about excess, it's about harmony. Imagine asking 5 people to speak at once. You won't hear any of them clearly. The same happens with energy. Too many toads confuse the flow. 1 toad placed with clarity is better than 5 placed with panic. If you do use multiple toads, they must be part of an intentional energy matrix, placed strategically with proper direction and alignment. Never scatter them without reason. Never treat them like decorative accents. These are spiritual instruments. They don't demand grandeur, but they do require respect. One more mistake that slowly empties the space, hiding the toad. People lock it in glass boxes, cabinets, or drawers, thinking they're protecting it from dust or damage. But energy doesn't move behind walls. The toad must be exposed to soft light, fresh air, the natural pulse of the space. When you place it in a sealed box, its energy becomes trapped, like sealing your fortune in a vault and losing the key. You won't lose everything at once, but you'll feel a subtle tightening. Things don't move, sales slow, opportunities seem to freeze. You begin to work harder for smaller results. That's how sealed energy feels, stuck. And then there's design over function. Some people choose colorful, cartoonish toads that match their furniture. Others buy oversized ones because they look impressive. But healing isn't decorative. What matches your couch may not match your frequency. A toad should feel ancient, solid, quiet. If it looks like a souvenir, that's how it will behave. Choose one that humbles the space, not overwhelms it. Wealth doesn't need loudness. It needs presence. So how do you avoid these cracks where fortune slips through? It starts with asking yourself, not just where you placed the toad, but why. Was it hurried, decorative, suggested by someone else? Did you touch it with care when you first brought it home? Did you whisper to it with the same voice you use when you speak to someone you love? If not, begin again. Lift it. Breathe near it. Feel whether the spot it sits in still holds energy or if it has gone dull. Sometimes the toad doesn't need to be replaced, just relocated, just reminded. Because here's the deeper truth: the toad reflects your boundaries. Where you place it shows how you allow blessings in or out. If you hide it, your wealth hides too. If you ignore it, so does flow. But if you center it, honor it, and let it breathe, it begins to work with you. Not as a charm, but as a quiet compass. Not to make money fall from the sky, but to ensure it doesn't evaporate once it touches down. This is the lesson. Fortune doesn't always knock. Sometimes it waits in the corner quietly until you clear the way. And the three-legged toad, if treated right, knows exactly how to guide it back to you. Number 5, where fortune finds a home, 4 healing spots. The energy of a home is like a quiet stream. It flows around furniture, bends through doorways, pools in corners, and sometimes, without our knowing, it gets stuck. And so, if you wish to anchor fortune, not chase it, you must learn where that stream pauses long enough to be received. These are not random places. These are the 4 healing spots in most homes where energy lingers just enough to listen. And when you place your 3-legged toad there, it doesn't just sit, it speaks. The first is the diagonal corner from your main entrance. It's often overlooked, tucked behind a cabinet, cluttered with shoes, or lost beneath wall hangings. But in the quiet language of Feng Shui, this spot is where incoming energy takes its first breath. It's not just where people look, it's where Kai lands. Place your toad here, not flush against the wall, but gently angled, like it's watching the room unfold, not guarding the door. The toad should face inward, never toward the street, never toward the chaos outside. You're not asking it to be a sentinel, you're asking it to gather, to welcome, to hold. Keep this corner clean, let it breathe. A soft, warm lamp here works wonders, like a candle in a temple, not meant to dazzle, just to remind. Because when light meets intention, something opens. The second spot is near your altar, especially if you have a space for the god of wealth or your ancestral spirits. This placement isn't about show, it's about alignment. The toad here becomes more than a tool, it becomes part of your spiritual ecology. Place it to the left of the main deity as you face the altar, with its head gently tilted inward, not confronting the divine but offering toward it. Like a grandchild bringing fruit to the elders, not with obligation but with trust. This is where wealth meets reverence, where asking becomes gratitude. You don't need to pray aloud. Just stand there each morning, even for 10 seconds, and touch the toad lightly. Let it feel you're present, because fortune doesn't respond to noise, it responds to recognition. The third place is in your workspace, the room where your thinking becomes doing. The southeast corner, if you can find it, is ideal. This is the corner of wood. The toad is water. Water nourishes wood just as flow supports growth. Place the toad here not to wish for success, but to stabilize it. To remind your mind that it need not force. That clarity is the highest productivity. Keep the desk free from tangle. No stacks of paper, no electronics buzzing beside the toad. Let this one small corner be calm. Add a small green plant if you like, lucky bamboo, a money tree, even a jade leaf. Not as decor, but as a companion. You're building a trio, the plant, the toad, and your presence. Together, they hold space for abundance that feels earned, but never exhausting. The fourth placement is for those who run a shop, a cafe, a home-based business, or simply have a little corner where exchanges happen. This is your cashier zone, the place where energy enters in the form of money, customers, attention. Place your toad here near the register or drawer. Not on it, not blocking, just beside, quietly facing inward, like it's watching over each transaction, not judging, just anchoring. You may even use 3 toads in a triangular formation here, spaced evenly. One near the entrance, one near the money, and one near the altar or spiritual center. But even one toad placed well is enough. What matters is that it sits in a flow, not a freeze. Don't box it in. Don't weigh it down with receipts or keychains. Let it breathe. In a business, the toad doesn't bring customers. It steadies the current so that when customers come, they feel safe to stay. These 4 places are not magic. They are mirrors. Each one reflects a part of your life that is ready to hold more. The doorway, the outer world meeting the inner. The altar, the sacred in conversation with the material. The desk, the mind aligning with movement. The counter, the exchange between giving and receiving. If you treat these corners like living places, not just spots to decorate, your toad will begin to hum. You won't hear it, but you'll feel it. In the way your mornings grow lighter. In how money flows more calmly. In how problems feel less sharp and opportunities feel less distant. So walk through your home now, slowly. Not to fix, but to feel. Where is the energy warm? Where is it stuck? Where would a guardian spirit want to rest if it were tired of being treated like an object? Go there, clear the dust, light a lamp. Place the toad not with hope, but with quiet knowing. Then leave it. Let it do what it was made to do, not to shine, not to impress, but to hold the door open just long enough for fortune to find its way in and stay. Number 6, the signs the toad has started working. Sometimes change doesn't come with fanfare. It doesn't knock loudly or announce its arrival. It begins quietly, just like the 3-legged toad when it awakens. You won't hear it shift. You won't see it move, but something in your home and in you starts to feel different. That's how you know the toad has begun its work, not by what it does, but by what you begin to feel. The first sign is air. Not the wind, not the weather, but the way the air moves through your rooms. It suddenly feels lighter, less stuck. You wake up and breathe deeper without meaning to. The space between your shoulders softens. The rooms that once felt dim feel gently alive again, like someone has opened a window in your spirit. You don't need to explain it to anyone. You just feel it. The heaviness lifts. Then comes ease, not as dramatic luck or sudden riches, but the soft return of flow. Work that once stalled starts to move forward. Phone calls get returned. Appointments align. You may receive unexpected news, not always grand but meaningful. A delayed payment clears. A kind customer appears. A product sells before you finish listing it. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Fortune, once hesitant, has found your door open and your energy ready. One of the most beautiful signs is in your relationships, especially within the home. Fewer sharp words, less tension in the kitchen. Arguments, if they come, pass faster. Silence no longer feels cold, it feels peaceful. You notice more laughter, more eye contact, more simple thank yous. Even if nothing big has changed, something in the air feels kinder. That's because the toad doesn't just anchor wealth, it harmonizes the frequency of the people living nearby. Where it sits, resentment begins to dissolve. Misunderstanding becomes dialogue. The energy that once competed now aligns. And if you have pets, watch them closely. Animals sense energy with a purity humans have long forgotten. Cats may begin to rest near the toad, curling beside it as if guarding something precious. Dogs might lie under the table where the toad is placed or stop barking at invisible corners. Birds may chirp near its space. These are not tricks. These are confirmations. Animals seek warmth, and the toad, when awakened, begins to radiate something gentle and ancient, something they trust. Another sign comes in the form of small abundance. A coin found under the cushion. A neighbor gifting you something unexpectedly. A discount appearing just when you need it. a friend offering to help before you ask. These moments feel lucky, but they are actually signals, tiny threads weaving a new pattern, the pattern of enough, of timing, of quiet yeses replacing constant effort. You begin to notice that when you need something, it arrives, maybe not in the way you imagined, but in the way that truly fits. Perhaps the most subtle yet most powerful sign is the feeling inside you. A strange calmness that doesn't need reason. A gentle gratitude that rises when you pass the toad, even if you don't stop. You begin to touch it without thought. Not for a wish not to test, but as a habit of connection. Like checking the light switch in a room you already trust is lit. That touch becomes your grounding. That brief pause, your silent affirmation. I am open, I am ready, I am enough. And that changes everything. Because wealth doesn't just arrive where money is needed. It arrives where energy is stable, where the heart has stopped shouting, where space has been made without desperation. You may even notice that your thoughts shift. Less worry, less spinning, more clarity. You no longer cling to every dollar. You begin to see money as a visitor, not a master. You stop fearing the unknown and start preparing space for what's coming. You don't need signs as proof. The signs are how you feel, how your body loosens, how your home exhales. The toad doesn't grant wishes, it aligns readiness. And when that alignment takes root, fortune follows. So don't rush to check for miracles. Instead, check for softness, for space. For those moments when life starts to fit again, not perfectly, but peacefully. That is the language of energy restored. And the toad, it simply sits, quiet, watching, waiting for your next breath to match the rhythm it's holding for you. Final, and now maybe you see it more clearly. The toad wasn't meant to bring you gold. It was meant to bring you home, to that quiet place inside where your energy finally rests, where your hope stops shaking, and where your breath no longer fights the air around it. You thought you were placing a statue, but what you truly placed was a mirror for how you open your space, how you welcome stillness, how you dare to trust that soft is strong and silent is sacred. Every time your hand brushes the toad's back, every time you dust it not out of duty but devotion, something shifts, not outside but within. You begin to understand that abundance doesn't roar in like thunder. It arrives like mist on a calm lake. It gathers only where it is not chased. And the toad, humble as it is, reminds you of this each morning. That energy is a choice, that presence is a ritual, and that readiness is the true doorway for all good things. So perhaps the most precious wealth you've been waiting for is not more. It's peace. The kind of peace that no one can give and no one can take. The kind that only grows in a home where something sacred has been placed, with intention, with care, with heart. The toad stays silent, but its presence speaks. And maybe, just maybe, you'll hear it not with your ears, but with the way your life starts to feel lighter. So now, before you go, let me leave you with one last question, not to answer with words, but to carry gently in your chest. What if fortune is not something you must find, but something that has been quietly waiting for you to slow down enough, to stay,